here with the Alu-Cab Canopy Camper on the back of a Toyota Tacoma. It's the 6-foot bed. Wanted to make this video just to show what you get with the base level canopy camper without many modifications done to it yet. So starting off here on the side, we have these large openings. On the inside of each of the doors, there's a light. Up there. Around the back, I have the door open and tops down, obviously. If you undo both of the latches, and just push the top up. And there are rods that come with the camper that you can use to bring this out, and it's a rain fly for the front window. There's also an elastic band you can see in the middle of the tent that you'd bring down to the bottom. When you close it, that elastic band is useful for bringing the sides of the tent in. You can see another light is over here on the door, and all the lights are dual color, white and red. Right now my electric's not hooked up, so I can't show you that. There's a rod on the inside of the door. It's useful for pulling the door closed, and you can also hang towels on it. I find it very useful for that. And also when you're inside the camper, there are these latches that you can close that will keep the door shut. Going to the other side, it's identical. To the left, there's a door. Just open this one too. You can see I do have the bug nets. That's one of the only options I got. And again, there's a light on this side. Inside of each of the doors does have these mounting points. I believe those are for mounting tools. You can probably get a number of things mounted in there. On this side, you will see one of the only modifications I've done is install this NOCO plug. It's just power outlet, so that when you are camped somewhere with power, you can plug in. Mostly I've found it useful for working in the back of it in the driveway, doing some modifications. It's easy to get power tools plugged in the back of the camper, or lights for working at night. Moving to the inside, you'll see this right now. This is completely empty, and I have the bed down. Bed has two parts. There's a little hatchway that opens right when you walk inside. Push that part up first, and the bed, you can get inside and simply push that up too. There's a light on the bottom of the bed platform. When you're standing up inside, it can be used to illuminate the whole cabin when the bed's up. When the bed's down, there's another light on the roof that's covered in some kind of a waffled fabric. It might be a small amount of insulation. There's also some pockets. It's useful for clothing when camping. The bed itself is a 2 to 3 inch foam mattress. It's pretty firm. Pretty basic. And tops of each side, there's a zippered compartment over here. When you undo this zipper, you'll see that there's a channel that the wiring for the entire camper is inside of. And additionally, on each side of the bed, there is a light that folds up. And each side of the bed also has 2 cigarette lighters, 2 USB ports. Tent has window on each side. Right now they're down, and you can see that there is a bug mesh, and the front window also has the bug mesh. Inside the main compartment, again, I said there's not a whole lot in here. I do have some lights hung up for working, and the power outlet that I installed. You'll see the wiring comes out of a channel that runs around the entire upper part of the box, down from the factory. If you don't get anything electrical hooked up, it just comes all out at the very bottom here. You'll see all of the lights. Wires for all the lights are individually labeled, so when you go to hook it up, it's a little bit easier. The only thing I have hooked up is the third brake light, which the installers just tied right into the rear passenger side tail light. The camper itself is tied to the bed on each side with these brackets that tie into the camper's extrusion, and the entire camper is actually made with this extrusion all around, so it makes it very easy to install anything you might want accessory wise on the interior of the camper. I've already started to install a countertop using these L brackets here, and you can tie into this extrusion. From the factory, they use these hex bolts with a 1/2 inch head. Just slot in. You can slide them down, tighten this up, put any accessory you might want. This channel's everywhere. There's some down here. At the back, there's a whole rail on the bottom, on the sides. There's extrusion. The whole bottom of the camper has some. And at the back, there's also some extrusion. So really you can mount a whole accessories in a whole lot of places. There's also some along the top here, and even along the exterior, so you can mount to the exterior of the camper with any kind of accessories you might want. As I'm exiting the camper, I'll just pull down this platform again. It also has a pad, so when you're up in the bed at night, you can pull that down to extend the length of the bed. I'm 5'11" and a half, and I don't find it necessary to have that part down, which means at nighttime I can leave this up, and it makes getting down from the bed really easy. You can just hop down and leave the camper at night if you have to go out to use a bathroom or something. During the daytime, you can also pull this down while you're standing up inside the camper with the bed platform up, It's actually a really comfortable height for working if you want, or you can just sit on this on the inside of the camper to be up in the top where there's a lot of ventilation. So just put this up, get out. You can see I've installed an extra step up pretty high, so this step is useful. And again, this is just the view from the back. I think I'll leave it there. The video is probably long enough.